Let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to build rapport with someone only to feel like the conversation went, flat, right? Most people overcomplicate it, or worse, do it wrong. What if I told you there was a simpler, more effective way? In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 incredibly simple steps that you can use to connect with people at a much deeper level, right? No matter what type of sales you're involved in. My name is David Lowe, and over the last 40 years, I've learned a ton about what it takes to succeed in the car business, right? From turning leads into excited, loyal, lifetime customers. They feel like you're their car person, right? And they come back and buy again, and they send you referrals. They send you their neighbors, their friends, their co-workers, and their family. Why? Because they trust you. You have a relationship built through rapport. Okay, here's the first step, right? Ditch the fake questions. Oh my God, I go through so many sales training, and they teach you to ask the worst question. What brings you in today? You know what you need? You need better questions. Better questions are questions that ask the buyer to talk about themselves. Most of them are open-ended to get the buyer talking. For example, I might ask somebody, have you ever bought a car from us before? Closed-end question, setting up a great open-end question for conversation. They say no. What do I say? Well, rock and roll, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. So how did you hear about us then? Okay, now I'm inviting them to talk about their journey as they've been shopping for a car. This is just an example of something that you can do. It's real. It pertains to the situation. It's not a fake question. It's a great question that gets your buyer talking about themselves. You need to develop good questions. Okay, step number 2, lead with curiosity. You know what sales is about? Confidence, right? It's about creativity, and it's about curiosity. You need to become naturally curious. What that means is this: as you're having a conversation, you're listening to the buyer's response. You're actively listening to it. You're looking for clues into who they are, what they want, why they want it, and why they want it now. You'd love to go ahead and hear something you can use to ask a great follow-up question to learn more, right? So you actively listen, you affirm what you heard, and you use what you heard to ask the next follow-up question. Does that make sense? Lead with curiosity. Let me be honest with you. Building rapport is a very important skill set, and it's just one piece of the puzzle. To truly succeed, to maximize your results in today's internet-driven marketplace, you need a complete game plan, you need skill sets, and of course, you need to execute with excellence. And an automotive sales coach, we help you do all 3 things. For example, I just trained a new salesperson that came out of, he's making good money at UPS. We trained them how to execute their game plan with excellence, and he was making a good wage at UPS. He doubled his income this year, and so can you. The better game plan, better skills, and better execution mean better results. Now multiply that by your entire sales team, right? And that's what we do. Dealerships, we help you build that sales team you're looking for. Master sales professionals that continuously deliver the results that you're looking for. It's sustainable results, and it's results that continue to grow. If you're ready to take your dealership to the next level, this program has everything you need. We give you a game plan, we help you develop skill sets, and we teach your team how to execute with excellence. Go ahead and click the link to get started. This will be the turning point in your dealership's future. Okay, we're talking about building relationship and rapport. Really, we're talking about professional communication. This will help you in your personal life as well, right? And we talked about get rid of the fake questions. We talked about lead with curiosity. So important to become naturally curious. Here's another one that's really important. Not just what you ask or what you say, but how you say it. I like to watch my buyer, my customer, right? Their energy and their communication style. And I like to mirror that. Why? People feel more comfortable with people who are like them, right? Some people are slow talkers, fast talkers, slow thinkers, fast thinkers, right? And you can actually raise your tone or raise your volume, change your tone, change your pacing to match your buyers. You know what? The whole goal here is to make them feel comfortable. If they're comfortable with you, you can guide them step by step through the sale until they're comfortable saying, you know what, this is great, I'll take it. Okay, so we ditched the fake questions and we're asking good questions, right? And of course, we're becoming naturally curious. We're leading with curiosity. In other words, we're listening, actively listening for clues that we can use to ask even better follow-up questions to learn more. And of course, we've observed our buyer, right? And we've matched their pacing and their tone. We call it mirroring the buyer so that they're comfortable with our communication style. Here's another one, number 4. Use short, relatable stories to connect with your buyer. You know what? It's really cool. People do connect over common ground. And you know what? When you share a story, they're going to want to share their story with you. And that's the point. Here's the key, though. Don't tell them everything. Use a short, relatable story. That way you give them time to tell you their story. This is incredibly valuable in relationship and rapport building. I see a bike rack on a car. I might say, listen, I love to mountain bike. I've got a bike rack on my car. I love to go to Colorado mountain bike. What kind of biking do you do, right? And so I might use, I'm a biker too. That's the short, relatable story so that they connect. But I want to use that to get them to tell me their story so I can learn more about them. Okay, here's number 5. Ask for their input or their advice. This is really powerful at building that deeper relationship and bond. You know what? If I see a bike rack on a car, I might say, hey, I saw your bike rack on a car. I'm a really avid mountain biker. I love to mountain bike every chance I get. Hey, what kind of biking do you do? Right? I used a relatable story about myself, kept it short so that I can ask for their input, right? And now I'm going to ask for their advice. Follow the stream down the line. They talk about it, and then I might ask, hey, how did you begin doing that? Or what kind of pedals are you using? Whatever it is, there's something personal here. They're showing some expertise or some knowledge. And when I ask them to teach me, I become even more valuable to them. Hey, listen, so there you have it, right? 5 simple strategies, we might call them steps, if you will, to go ahead and create deeper relationships and more trust by developing rapport, right? And of course, this is not all you need, but this is super valuable. We talked about ditching the fake questions and asking good ones, didn't we? We talked about becoming naturally curious, right? We talked about mirroring our buyer to make sure that we're there. And we talked about using short, relatable stories to connect. And of course, getting their input or asking for their advice. These are simple to use. Work on them and develop them for yourself. Remember, skill is only developed one way, through practice. Take a piece of paper and write these things out. Now listen, if you're serious about upping your game, your sales game, and you like more strategies like this, go to preparetowin.com, and that's where you get started. Begin to transform yourself now. If you want better results, the only way you can do it is to have a better game plan. You know what that is? What to do, why to do it, how to do it. You need better skill sets. You need to know how to practice to develop your skill sets, and you need to know how to execute consistently with excellence. At Automotive Sales Coach, we can help. Good selling.